As technology evolves, so do the diseases we live with. Research shows that thousands of years ago, the number of people dying from cancer was almost non-existent. There was no such disease as obesity until 100 years ago. The developing and changing world brings not only beauty, but also sometimes disease and problems. Some advantages provided by technology cause disadvantages in other areas of our lives. There is a new disease that has started to take people hostage, especially after the coronavirus pandemic: lack of focus. When we talk to our friends, sometimes we think about other things. Or when we read a book, sometimes we realize that we don't understand anything, even though we have read pages and pages. There are many more examples like this. Focusing problems are at the root of why we experience these things. Everything is happening so fast that we find it very difficult to catch up. We eat faster. We watch faster. Our ability to focus can't keep up. In this video, we're going to talk about the focusing problem. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can stop the video and subscribe. What is focus? Focus is the ability to direct one's attention according to one's will. We don't always use our attention consciously. Some things cause us to be distracted. For example, when we are reading a book, we may hear a loud noise that causes our attention to be involuntarily diverted. The ability to focus can be defined as the ability to focus the mind on a single subject, object, or thought, while at the same time ignoring all other irrelevant thoughts, ideas, emotions, and feelings. You may not be able to do this, but it's quite normal to experience this, because the world has never spun so fast in all history. You have so many ideas that you plan to do, but you can't act on any of them. Because you have so many options, you can't focus on one and take action to make it happen. Let's look at what we can do to overcome this. Getting motivated. You have to know why you need to focus. If you have no reason to focus, it will be very difficult to achieve it. What are you going to focus on, and what are you going to do when you focus? What will this change in your life, and why is this change important to you? Please answer these questions by imagining what made you watch this video. If you are going to achieve something, it has to mean something to you. Otherwise, you will not be motivated or focused. Plan your day. Before you go to sleep, you need to plan what you need to do the next day. This may seem too simple for a solution, but really the solution lies in such simple steps. If we don't plan, our minds get cluttered, and this clutter leads to a fear of failure. When you plan according to your priorities, your mind doesn't think about other tasks until you complete the step of the plan. You can make these plans first daily and then weekly and monthly. You will feel happier when you follow the plan. If you have a digital to-do list or do your planning on a piece of paper, don't forget to tick off the completed task. This also has a victory effect on your brain. Reduce multitasking. Although our mind can control many things at the same time, dividing our attention between other tasks reduces our productivity. For example, you can listen to a podcast while you're walking, but you can't do two things at the same time that require mental activity. If you're struggling with focus in particular, the first thing you need is the confidence to do it. Multitasking reduces the sense of fulfillment you feel when you complete a task, as it reduces quality. If you're juggling two different tasks, it doesn't mean anything if you've done half of both. But when you put the same energy into a single task and complete it, you stay focused and happy with the results. Multitasking also delays you from mastering something you want to do. You can improve on this in the future. The power of success. Waking up every morning and doing one thing exactly right gives you the mindset to stay focused for the rest of the day. Making your bed after waking up in the morning is the easiest goal to achieve for this item. Reading a few motivational quotes every morning will also keep you motivated throughout the day and give you the confidence to complete one more task. Use a timer. Knowing how long you have been working or how long you have to work will help you manage your concentration. When setting a timer, you should set it according to your own attention span, because we all have different attention spans. Some of us can concentrate for hours, while others lose attention after 10 minutes. Scientific studies show that it is difficult to focus for more than 30 minutes at a time. That's why it's a good place to start if you set a time limit of no more than 30 minutes. When the time is up, you should take a break of no more than 15 minutes and come back to work. If your break is too long, your mind will lose the will to work. Change it. If you are having difficulty producing after you have reached a certain stage in your work, perhaps there is nothing more you can do about it for now. Rather than waste your energy and confidence, you can put the project on hold to work on again later. But you need to come back to it later, otherwise every unfinished task will continue to take up space in your mind and distract you. Physiological factors. The advice I have given above is based on the assumption that you are getting quality sleep and eating well. When you don't get enough quality sleep or you don't eat well, it's much harder for you to focus on a task, because your brain prioritizes these things. Consuming hard-to-digest foods such as fast food will cause most of your energy to be used for digestion, so eating healthy foods increases focus. I can give this advice about sleep. Sleeping in a dark environment increases melatonin secretion, which leads to a more healthy sleep. Live in the present moment. Lao Tzu said that if you have regrets, you live in the past. If you are anxious, you live in the future. Dwelling on the past or constantly trying to envision the future makes it difficult to focus on the present moment. Regrets about the past or worries about the future prevent peace and happiness. If you're unhappy and can't focus, it's very difficult to produce anything. At the same time, thinking about these things causes your mind to multitask. It depends on your present effort not to relive things you regret in the past and not to worry about the future. Move on, seeing your past as dead and the future as darkness waiting to be eliminated. Meditating and spending time in nature are also practices that help you stay in the moment. I don't give any advice, as I am not an expert in these matters. You can find a lot of relevant content on YouTube. I left the most important advice for last. Having your phone with you all the time and seeing notifications all the time is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Our phones are the main cause of our focus problems. Even though it's part of our lives, we should keep it out of sight when we're working. If you have tried all these suggestions and still haven't gotten any results, you may be experiencing a physiological problem. Do not hesitate to seek expert support in this matter. Remember, if you learn to control your attention, you will learn to control your life. Keep improving. Until the next video.